If there's one thing people get wrong more often than not when cooking, it's this. Rice. Dead simple, basic product, yet probably 90% of people do this wrong. So I'm going to expose a closely guarded secret on how to cook this stuff perfect every single time without fail. Once you've seen this video, you'll never cook this the same again. Okay, so at the stove, what we're going to do, like I said, I'm going to do one portion of rice. Okay, we've got a pan here that is 2/3 full with water. I'm going to pop some salt into that water, and then we're going to put our rice into it. For a portion of rice, I'm saying, I mean your portion of rice may be different to mine, but what we're going to do is going to put a standard cup of rice per portion. Okay, so one standard cup, put that straight into the water. There we are. Get the heat on and get it boiling. Right, so there we are. We'll leave that on the stove there now to boil. Once that's gone to the boil, then we'll turn it down and we'll leave it to simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, our rice is now boiling away quite nicely. So what we want to do with this now is to keep giving this a bit of a stir with a fork, just so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to turn that down to a simmer. So there we are. That's turned down now to our simmer. So we're going to leave that there now, simmering away. So this rice has been simmering now for about 5 minutes. Get yourself a knife, okay, take out a little piece of rice off the end of the knife there, just test it. If that's just not crispy, just cooked, it's time to get it off. And this is the first part of our little secret. Okay, so the secret now to getting our rice absolutely perfect is to cool this down ASAP. So in a sink, cold water, and run that into there. Get that filled up, okay? What you want now is just a trickle of cold water. There we are. So that the rice doesn't really come out of the saucepan, but it's just sort of cooling down. You need to cool this down as quick as you can. This is the secret. There we are. So with that rice running in the water now, get yourself with your fork. You need to keep stirring this rice around now so that you get all the starch out of it. So as you stir it, you'll see that the water starts to get murky, and then stop stirring it, leave the water run, eventually it'll run clear, stir it again and it gets murky, and until that water is completely clear, which is going to take about 5 minutes. Keep giving that a stir every minute or so. There we are. So our rice has now been running in that cold water for about 5 minutes, so we turn the tap off on that, get the rice and a sieve, or a colander if you like, use a sieve, and get all of that rice tipped into that sieve. There we are, and put the sieve back on the pan like so. We're going to leave that now to stand. That can stand for as long as you like, to be honest with you. It'll dry out. What you need to do then is, while it's standing, is every few minutes is to stir it with a fork. So there we are, our rice is now pretty much dry. It's lovely and fluffy. So take a little look to see how much water is in this pan. And so what we'll do, we will get our rice now into a container. We can keep that cool, put that in the fridge, reheat it, put it into portions. When there's probably, I started off with a portion, cooked a lot more than a portion. I think it's probably about 2 in there. Right, but that rice is lovely and fluffy. And then put that in the microwave to reheat it. It only take about 2 minutes. It's going to come out beautiful. I'll show you. So there we are. I put that rice in the microwave and that's been cooked for 2 minutes. Okay, so we'll pop that out of there. Boiling hot rice, light, fluffy, separated. Perfect. Look at that, perfect rice every single time. Never serve that straight from the pan. Cool it down, get the starch out. Beautiful.